interests, talents, abilities, skills. Is it profitable? Have you given yourself permission to do it? Have you given yourself permission for your own joy and happiness? It's Travis Soda. It's Pure Sound Daily Business. I'm talking about interests. It's one of our parts of building and designing foundation for our personal, for our private lifestyle. And we have interests, habits, self-talk, and character. We've been talking about the character, going deep in that, especially with integrity and intention. We're going to talk about interests. And are you giving yourself permission to get into your interests? Is it, this is as much personal as it is for the business piece. So the interests you have can lead into skills. That's how I see it. And that these interests that we have over our lifetime, we usually have some kind of talent, ability. And if it's something that we went into, a career, or just something that we've been doing on our own, a hobby, we develop a skill around that interest. So, of course, when we're going into business, stepping into entrepreneurship, we're looking at, is this skill, is this interest profitable? How profitable is it for the market? Right now, we're focusing on the lifestyle development piece and our interests personally. And we have the other side of the profit. We have external profit, getting our bank accounts big, pockets fat. And then we have the internal profit. Building ourselves up, building our lives up, building our hearts up. Having happiness, enjoyment in our lives. I would break this down as two types. It's off the top of my head that I've seen, and that is the type that is too focused on the profit piece, too focused on doing business, too focused on doing things and not taking care of themselves. And then the other side of people that are taking care of themselves, into their passion and desires, maybe pleasure, something they enjoy, and they're not doing other things, building up their career, their lifestyle, etc. So, of course, going back to psychological type, I would just say it falls into, in general, the realm of introverts and extroverts. The extroverts aligning themselves, looking outside of themselves, getting things done, so to speak, with an interest they have. Have an interest in people, have an interest in accomplishments. Where an introvert more interested in whatever we interested in. Interested in the intellect, interested in ideas, can stay in that realm, get tremendous joy out of that. Interested in how we feel, emotions, or even going into artistry. And that is great. We all need all these things in our life to be a whole human. That's what we're working on here. We're working on the whole person. This is one piece. I've had development and heard it different ways from different people. But as I got my coaching certification from Coach Michael Burt, he learned from Stephen Covey the whole person theory of teaching the whole person. Not just teaching business people how to do business. Teaching humans, right? Teaching us all how to be better humans, how to be better citizens, how to be better people, along with how to do business better. So this piece of the lifestyle design, and what are you interested in? Tap into that. So for me, just what I said, I've leaned towards the introverted side. I have a lot of intellectual interests, It's a lot of entertainment interests. So I always loved hip hop, comedy, and I've done these things. Specifically, the hip hop was more of a passion. Comedy was a passion, but it wasn't the passion. So when I started doing an open mic, it was one to just get on stage and try it. And then after I tried it and liked it and kept doing it, it was okay, what am I going to do with this? Am I going to try to be a stand-up comedian? Am I going to try to work in the entertainment industry? And I took some steps towards that. I liked the craft, didn't really like the business. Looking back now, don't really like the entertainment business model as a whole, especially stand-up comedy. And, from what I heard, maybe it's a better structure behind the scenes in other areas of the country. I don't know, probably little pieces here and there that are different. But overall, I know I've heard from listening to a lot of comedians that it's kind of the same. And they're gatekeepers at every level. And there's gatekeepers in every business, right? Especially when we get into ownership, business ownership, entrepreneurship. There's only so many people in our space that are doing things. So this is where we have to this is the importance of knowing your interests and what would be called niching down. But one, on the side of the interest in the personal private level of staying sane, making sure you're giving yourself permission to do what you got to do to get that internal profit. It doesn't have to be something that's going into a skill, so to speak. You could be developing a skill in connecting with your family, developing a skill in being a father, being a mother, right? Being a son, being a brother. Developing these interconnectivity skills, connecting with people. It may be profitable, it may not be profitable. That's the main focus of this I want to get out, this is self-care. I know a big part of my entertainment these days is manga, and I'm looking to expand to some other things. Just for the pleasure aspect, when I'm not working on the business, which I'm a type, once I decide to do something, then I'm all about it. So I might have had analysis paralysis for years, but now I'm all in on the business and always thinking about it. So that isn't sustainable. So when I need that mental break, I'm like, okay, what do I need? What more do I need? One thing is the exercise, getting in my body. So I've been doing more of that. And then the other piece is, okay, what other just pure entertainment things can I get into? I like fantasy. I like story. But again, these interests I have is not where I'm going to be bringing it into the market significantly. I can add it on to the business we're already doing here. And that's the other important piece, is that we continue to tap into our interests and go deeper into them. Then we can say, how can we add on this piece to the business? So in this coaching business, it's everything that I am is really helping the business to become more. And everything that I'm interested in adds to the business. And really, especially in sales, but whatever it is, people are coming to us because of who we are, the connection we have to them. You're listening to this because there is some kind of connection that led you here. There is a relatability. I hope so. And I want to increase that. And I want to encourage that. Because I know to get to where I'm at here, I had to listen to a lot of people I didn't really connect with that much. I had to read a lot of books that I didn't enjoy in business and other areas that I'm interested in. And it's not fun. And it's important for us to be having fun, to be having joy, creating happiness, and bringing that to our close ones, bringing that to our life. Because ultimately, as business owners and entrepreneurs, we're going to be bringing that energy into our service, into the people we serve. You know, if I'm living a good life, I'm going to be bringing that to others. And whether it's just infusing them, giving them that energy, or building a passion that's saying, I wasn't always where I am now. You weren't there. I want to get you here. You know, building that deep passion. No, what's coming to mind is we're talking about writers, artists, that there's a piece now, let's say in Japanese manga, some of these artists haven't lived a life. You know, it's so commoditized in Japan that these people writing the stories, these, mostly young people, obviously coming up, they haven't lived life. You know, they've been taught how to draw. They've been given a template of a story. This is how you write. This is how you write a story. And there's some of that in the U.S. I would say not as much. But that piece of not having lived life to its fullest, not having pursuing your interests, it shows in your work, whether you're telling a story or whether you're serving at any level. Even the person that, if we just take a fast food place, the person behind the register, it's like that teenager is so self-absorbed in what they're going on, they're not thinking what it's like when they're on the other side. This is what living life does. If, you're well adjusted, get through things. We all going to get hurt. And if we can get over that, then we're compassionate to others. So this is why it's important to pursue our interests. Even talking about getting hurt, pursuing an interest of, relationship. Whether it's friendship, significant other. Continue to be interested. Continue to be interested in the relationships you do have, let alone new ones. And find new interests in your business. This is all becoming a whole person. That's why I broke down these parts of lifestyle, because they all go into each other. And when we're talking about character, integrity, and intention, is that what you're interested in? Is that what you're doing? So that piece of our lifestyle design of habits, these I see very connected very much. What your interests are and what your habits are. Because what you're interested in, if you're truly interested in that and you're serious about it, it's giving something to you. You're finding value for yourself. There's value for other people, whether just intrinsically, monetarily or not. But there's value there. Are your habits, are your behaviors aligning with that? And that's where it comes back to character. Is everything together? Is everything solid? Is what you're saying you're about? Is that what you're doing? Is what you're interested in? Do you have habits and actions and behaviors that relate to that? Is what you're interested in good and healthy? You just interested in ball games and drinking and getting loud and carrying on? Well, I don't think this is a place for you. But if it is, and you're trying to overcome that and step up, some changes need to be made. Are you more serious in chilling, or are you more serious in your interest of becoming better? It's Travis Soda Wells, Pure Sound Daily Business. Peace.